This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Friday, July 5th, 2024. I'm Sarah Simcox. Agriculture producers across the country continue to express concern over their farms' performance, according to the latest Purdue University CME Group Ag Economy Barometer. Purdue Center for Commercial Agriculture Director Jim Mintert said the barometer fell 3 points in June to 105.
When we ask producers what their biggest concerns are for the upcoming year, they continue to point to the risk of high input cost, followed by the risk of low crop and livestock prices, and then followed by rising interest rates. And when we look at the responses to this question in recent months, it's clear that more producers are becoming concerned about the impact of rising interest rates on their farm operation than what we saw earlier in the year.
However, 69% of respondents noted receiving offers of $1,000 per acre or more for potential solar projects on their farmland. Carmel-based CMAC, a producer of wood products and support services, has appointed Frank Gecky as its new president and CEO, effective August 1st. Gecky succeeds Elliott Savage, who will now serve as executive chairman. One Southern Indiana has approved an emergency loan for the Widow's Walk Ice Creamery in Clarksville. The funding comes from the One Fund Loan Program, which is designed to assist small businesses in Clark, Floyd, Jefferson, and Washington counties with operational costs. Specific details on what the loan will be used for were not provided. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
Purdue University this week announced it has signed a memorandum of understanding with the government of the Dominican Republic to help the country build its semiconductor ecosystem. IIB's Alex Brown has more.
The university said the partnership will also bolster joint research and academic exchange opportunities with some of the country's leading universities. As part of the deal, Purdue said it will lead the development and implementation of programs aimed at accelerating the growth of the country's semiconductor industry, including an assessment of workforce development and developing a roadmap to build up design, manufacturing, assembly, and testing capacity. Purdue said international partnerships such as this will help create potential nearshoring opportunities for semiconductor manufacturing and packaging. Alyssa Wilcox, Senior Vice President of Partnerships at Purdue, added that the reciprocal collaboration also represents a significant opportunity for academic exchange and research efforts that benefit students, faculty, and researchers. Victor Bissono, the Dominican Republic's Minister of Commerce, Industry, and Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises, said the country aims to be a center of excellence in semiconductor technology. The partnership is the latest in a series of international agreements Purdue has made related to semiconductors, including a partnership announced in February with French software maker Dassault Systèmes to use 3D modeling technology to accelerate semiconductor training and research. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indianapolis-based Elevate Ventures has selected the 25 startups that will compete in its second annual $1 million in-prize pitch contest, and this year's crop of competitors includes a lot more Indiana companies. In-prize will take place during Elevate Ventures' Rally Innovation Conference, which is scheduled for August 27th through 28th at the Indiana Convention Center. For this year's contest, 10 of the 25 finalists are Indiana-based startups. In last year's contest, only 2 finalists were based here. Elevate Ventures CEO Christopher Day says that this was not a deliberate strategy on the part of the organizers. Rather, it's likely because more Hoosier companies applied for the contest this year as compared to last year. You can view the list of Indiana competitors at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. The CEO of Austin, Texas-based Vital Farms says Seymour was chosen for the company's second egg washing and packing facility after a search of several locations across the Midwest. Russell Diaz-Canseco said the search was narrowed down to the tri-state area of Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky because of the opportunity to bring more small family farms into its network.
What really stood out to us, beyond the typical kind of logistics considerations for us about Seymour and about Jackson County, was just how we were embraced by that community, how engaged the community leaders are. And I almost got the sense that they were interviewing and vetting us just as much as we were interviewing and vetting them. And I feel like it's going to be a really terrific long-term partnership.
The facility, which will create more than 150 jobs, is expected to open early 2027. I'm Sarah Simcox for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.